My name is Frank Morea, and I am the Director of Counseling, Career Development, and Services for Students with Disabilities at Trident Technical College. I'm going to explain the process to apply for accommodations. If you feel you need accommodations, we encourage you to apply early, leaving enough time to have them in place before the start of your classes. Services for Students with Disabilities, also known as SSD, is part of Trident Technical College's Counseling and Career Development Services and provides assistance to students with varying types and degrees of disabilities. SSD assists students with disabilities such as mobility impairments, visual impairments, hearing impairments, speech impairments, specific learning disabilities, chronic health disorders, psychological disabilities, and temporary disabilities. Students seeking services must provide current documentation of their disability. Please note, faculty are not notified of accommodations by SSD unless they are requested. You are required to request accommodations for each term you are enrolled. TTC provides reasonable accommodations for students with documented disabilities. Services are provided on a case-by-case basis and may include accessible software and computers, accessible tables and chairs, large print materials, reader and scribe services, sign language interpreters, test-taking accommodations, and textbooks on CD. Entrances to all college facilities are barrier-free and accessible. Handicap parking spaces are available in all parking lots on all campuses. Trident Technical College is not responsible for providing accommodations for students who have not registered for service and requested accommodations. A student may register with SSD on a voluntary, confidential basis at any time. Appropriate, reasonable accommodations are determined based on individual needs, Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, and the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. To be eligible, a student must provide SSD with current documentation from a professional qualified to assess the presence of a disability. It is the student's responsibility to provide SSD with this documentation. Services cannot be provided until this documentation is submitted and approved. We consider your description of how your disability affects learning in establishing reasonable accommodations. We also work closely with faculty to determine how to best implement reasonable accommodations. Registering for services is a two-step process. First, you must submit verifying medical documentation of a disability. To do so, go to eTrieve to securely upload your documentation. Follow this link, bit.ly/TTC_documentation. Once you're there, you will log in utilizing your TTC credentials. You can upload your documentation and submit. The second step is to schedule an intake with a disability counselor in order to determine accommodations. You can do so online by following bit.ly/TTC_disability_services. During the intake, your needs will be discussed and reasonable accommodations will be determined. You will also receive information regarding procedures for using accommodations. When you log into eTrieve, you will see the counseling document upload screen. At the bottom, there will be a paperclip icon. Click on the paperclip icon to upload your documentation. Once all files are attached, select the check mark to the left of the icon to submit. Once your documentation is uploaded, follow the Disability Services link to schedule an intake. Select a day and time that's convenient for you. Intake appointments can be held in person or via video conference. If you have any questions about the accommodation process, please contact us at counseling.services@tridenttech.edu or by phone at 843-574-6131.